and the Tennessee Titans. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Watson on first down. It's complete to Fuller. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night. Richmond.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On the stop was Aaron Donald. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on third down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe you get him into space and throw it to him.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Shakes off the sack. Dancing to his left. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And Gold is able to put it through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll come out throwing here on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Finding some room at midfield. And down right around the 37. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they will. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Lamar Miller punching it in from a yard away. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Solid. Oh, this is blocked. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 1st and 10, Watson able to shake him off. Eluding the press, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Barkevious Mingo in there to get him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the gun, here's Watson. Escape, and he's going to go down again. Aaron Donald in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Here's Watson. Allen on the screen. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to sack him for a loss of 6. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Not even going to come close to picking up the 1st. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit, Detroit.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now they'll run with Lewis. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
the gun. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. He got 29 yards that time. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This is Lewis. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Gun!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Back 22! Back 22!
After the interception, here's Watson. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. To throw on second is Watson. Fighting to stay upright. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And now another timeout here called by the Titans, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Green the line! Green the line! Tiger!
Watson off play action. Twisting away, finding a safety valve here. That's complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst-case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now, they're not close to the first down.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Right back to him on first down. Space to maneuver at the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Gone!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Going underneath for Lewis. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 6 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Gone!
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Looking to throw. And Davis has it over the middle. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well. But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone. You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. He can run for it, and he will. And he slides to avoid the hit. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut. And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Titans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. And Suckup will put this one right through. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Watson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Going deep for Hopkins. He's got a man complete. That one goes for 36 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. A little second effort there on this strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Watson now to throw on 2nd down. It was Kenny Vaccaro there to get a hand on that one.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this third quarter.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Green the line! Green the line! Reset!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Buying time to his left. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
This is fielded at the 27. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw is Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. It was Kenny Vaccaro there to get a hand on that one. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now Lewis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Lewis very quickly finding his footing in this Titan backfield as his guys come up 1st and 10. Back to throw now on first down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
They run. This is Lewis. And he stopped immediately there. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll drop the throw. And this one is incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith. And that'll make it 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Black 99, feel it!
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Here's Watson looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got Fuller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw. Flushed out right. Broken tackle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Green 39! Green 39! Come back! Come back!
He's back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. They'll look to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins in the final minute, and the Texans can take the lead with an extra point. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll drop to throw. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down. In position for the possible game winner, but they need to get up and spike it. And under 20 seconds now as the spike comes with 18 ticks remaining. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Down to 7 seconds now, 6. On now is Ryan Suckup for the field goal try. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. On now is Ryan Suckup for the field goal try. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
And now out comes Houston. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
One last throw here for Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And it coughed it up. And this will be recovered by the offense, but it will be of little importance now as time has expired here in this first half. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Tennessee, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Houston, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.